Last Saturday, a racist white male opened fire, murdering 3 black people because he felt like killing N-words. This comes after centuries of living in a country that has trouble reckoning with its racist past, present and future. Over the last year, the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, has been attacking Black history, along with many other racist individuals, including members of our own American government, by passing laws to stop CRT and true American history, which would include true Black history, from being taught in American schools because their weak excuse is that they don't want white children to feel bad or be uncomfortable. Another stupid reason racists will state is that they don't want to teach hate. To that, I say, so you're admitting that you all hated Black people and this country still hates African Americans because we still haven't received our reparations as so many other groups have for egregious acts placed upon them. Many American citizens are extremely disrespectful when it comes to African Americans and all that we have endured in America and still endure to this day because not much has changed. The racism is just more subtle, and saying that African Americans benefited from slavery is the latest slap in the face to African Americans. It implies that we came to America as ignorant individuals who needed white people to educate us so that we can survive. When in reality, doctors, lawyers, kings, queens and princes were captured. Scholars and professors were captured and enslaved and brought to America. And, yes, even blacksmiths, as DeSantis pointed out, were already blacksmiths in Africa, and Africans, later called African Americans, taught white people many things, such as farming, agriculture, ironwork, as well as invented many things that white people patented and stole the credit for themselves. We, African Americans, have also contributed many talents, our manpower and strength, to help build the powerful country that we all know and love today. Though oftentimes our love for our country is bittersweet because American racists, including our American government, struggle to show love to us back. The Florida state government has taken another step towards the realization of a museum of Black history in the state. Last week, Republican Governor Ron DeSantis appointed 3 individuals to a newly assembled task force charged with the construction and operation of the forthcoming Florida Museum of Black History. The announcement follows the passing of a hotly debated new educational standard for African American history curriculum which softens Florida's role in perpetuating slavery and teaches that some enslaved people learned valuable skills while in bondage. The idea for a museum dedicated to Black history in Florida was proposed by State Representative Bruce Antone, D. District 41, in March and unanimously passed both the State House and Senate. It was signed by DeSantis in May. The Governor, Speaker of the House, and Senate President will each appoint 3 members to the museum's task force. DeSantis appointees are Brian Butler, President and CEO of JCB Construction and Chair of the University of Central Florida Foundation, Altony Lee, Interim Assistant Vice Chancellor of Public Affairs for the Board of Governors of the State University System, and State Representative Bernie Jacques, R. District 59. My main task on this task force is emphasize that Black history is part of American history, Jacques told Spectrum News. My focus will be to make sure that this is a museum that all can have pride in and come in and to see the contributions of Black Americans here in the state of Florida. According to the bill passed, the task force members will recommend artifacts and archives for acquisition and research, oversee museum programming, and draft educational materials that complement and support required instruction provided in public schools in accordance with the most recent Florida Education Statute. Museum exhibitions will center the history of slavery and segregation in the state and highlight notable African Americans who participated in defending and preserving Florida and the United States, including, the bill notes, the Tuskegee Airmen. DeSantis has faced criticism from some Democratic legislators and American civil rights groups for his controversial education reform. In January, the state rejected a pilot Advanced Placement African American Studies course, saying that its curriculum is inexplicably contrary to Florida law and significantly lacks educational value. The letter, signed by the Department of Education's Office of Articulation, did not name which law the course violated. Last year, DeSantis passed a bill called the Stop Woke Act, which stands for Stop Wrongs to Our Kids and Employees, which forbids any instruction which could make a student feel personal responsibility for historic injustices due to their race, sex, or national affiliation. In May, the NAACP issued a formal travel advisory for Florida. The notice states that Florida is openly hostile toward African Americans, people of color, and LGBTQ+ individuals. Before traveling to Florida, please understand that the state of Florida devalues and marginalizes the contributions of, and the challenges faced by African Americans and other communities of color. I didn't need the NAACP to create a travel advisory for me. I determined that I would not go back to Florida to visit or vacation and spend my tourism dollars there, since the murder and grave injustice of Trayvon Martin. My feet have not darkened Florida's door since. If you like this article, please share, like, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our other videos. Thank you for watching. Peace.